Good evening. My name is Samantha Mitchell, and I am a computer science teacher at Mayflower High School in Mayflower, Arkansas. The STRIVE program has significantly enhanced my students' awareness of the critical role that cybersecurity plays in the workforce. I was placed with the Forge Institute, which is located in Little Rock, Arkansas. The Forge Institute is a cybersecurity training organization that offers programs for individuals, businesses, and communities. As part of my placement, I ventured into the community to assist small business owners with cybersecurity health checks. These services are provided free of charge for Arkansas small businesses and help them identify and correct potential security vulnerabilities. So basically, I ventured into the community. I went to Mayflower, which is where I work, and I also went to some businesses in Russellville, which is where I live. And I tried to target businesses that I felt did not have like a dedicated IT person or someone in the cybersecurity field that might actually benefit from the programs that Forge offers. And um, so once I went into a business, I would, kind of discuss with them what Forge was, and then we did a quick self-health self self-health assessment. And it was just a basic about 20 questions in which we identified any potential areas where that company might be vulnerable. And then after we did that assessment, those answers would go back to Forge, and then Forge set up a call of it. Sometimes they can do it via Zoom, or they actually will commute to the business and they discuss with the business their areas of weakness in which they could actually be vulnerable to a cybersecurity attack. And then they also help them identify immediate actions and then long-term solutions that can help that business from having these issues in the future. And so that was the bulk of what we did during our placement at Forge. So after our placement, I worked on my lesson, and then I implemented it during the fall semester. And I did this with my programming one students, and we did this in the cybersecurity unit. So I started my lesson with a pretest. I basically asked my students questions about the cybersecurity pillars. And then I asked them about STEM careers that were related to cybersecurity, and I also asked them what STEM skills were. After I did the pre-test, we started kind of learning about cybersecurity. Um, we did um, we did a self-definition. Like I let the kids define what they thought cybersecurity meant. And then we went around, we looked at each other's definitions, and we commented things that we thought that we might want to add to that definition. And then we kind of looked at what cybersecurity actually means, and then I let the students kind of revise um their definitions. And then we got into what the five pillars of cybersecurity were, and looked at different scenarios where there was a breach and which of the pillars were actually impacted. Students then had an opportunity to research careers in cybersecurity. They got to look at the job outlook. They looked at STEM skills required for those careers, potential income, and then education requirements. They also looked locally to see what jobs were actually available in cybersecurity, and then they presented as a group to the classroom. The bulk of our assignment or of the unit was the students kind of did the same thing as a Forge cybersecurity analyst, and they kind of assumed that role. They were presented with a scenario where a business experienced a data breach. And then they had to work through the process of identifying how the breach occurred, They looked at which pillars were compromised, and then they created a plan that included immediate actions and long-term solutions, just like what Forge does. Forge then evaluated the plans. They provided feedback for the students, and then we chose a top group. We did present that group with a gift certificate and I'm sorry, a gift card and a certificate. And then I gave the post test, which was the exact same as my pre-test, just so I could analyze um, any growth in areas where students didn't know very much during my pre-test. Here's some pictures from the lesson. These pictures, you can see some of them where we did the gallery walk and they were working on their definitions. And then this picture in the middle, this is my group that actually won the um, kind of contest that we had. So here are my data. This first column is the students who answered correctly on the pre-test. And they did have a little bit of knowledge of the pillars, like not too much. I have about 125 students, and then like these are kind of low. But as you can tell, the identifying cybersecurity careers and STEM skills, those were very low in the beginning. And then the second column is my post data, and we can see a significant growth, especially, well, actually in all areas, but specifically in identifying cybersecurity careers and STEM skills in cybersecurity. So that sums up my lesson and my experience with Strive. I think it did tremendous for my students, and I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.